What's up, guys? My name is Nick, and welcome to the channel. This is the second video of my stock portfolio updates, where I show you guys the ups and downs, the highs and lows, how much money I put into my portfolio, what I'm buying, how many dividends I'm earning, and where those dividends are going. And this episode is special because I'm going to be showing you guys my dividend tracker, show you guys how much money I earn every month in dividends, my annual earnings, my average monthly dividend earnings for the whole year, and a lot of extra data. That's going to be really cool. And as you guys can see, we had a bad week this week in the stock market. I was down $555. It says 1.22%, but because of the earned dividends right here, almost 23, my return isn't as low, and that's just the way M1 Finance does their monthly returns. And wait till I show you guys the dividends I earned. But first, this cash balance, $89.83. Let's see what that would buy if I put it on auto invest. So we have 3 buys for tomorrow. Looks like they're gonna put $60.54 in Texan, $27.73 in Home Depot, and $1.54 in American Waterworks. They probably won't buy that stock because it's not a lot of money, and it depends on how that stock is performing tomorrow. But let me turn that off. And then let's actually start with the day view. I'll show you guys. Oh, I think that's got to go based on return. As you can see, Texas Instruments is down almost 4% on Friday, and Home Depot down almost 3%. So that's most likely why the dividends I have in my cash balance are going into those stocks. And then if we look at the week, Verizon, which is down overall for me, is actually up, wow, almost 6%. Altria Group is up. Oh, and really quick, I actually decreased Altria Group from 3% to 2%, and I increased Walmart from 1% to 2%. So as you can see, we're seeing rotations out of American Waterworks, Microsoft, Pfizer, Costco, tech companies, basically all those companies that had huge earnings last year are that had huge growth are going down. And I'm going to show you my activity feed. So let's start from here. On the 3rd, I got a $4.36 dividend from ADP, $2.27 from Walmart. I deposited $125 as I do every Monday. And then I had 6 buys, and I bought some Q Yield, some Clorox, some Jeppy, Newsy, Kellogg's, and MasterCard. And let's see, 1.17 shares. Clorox, 0.09 shares. Jeppy, 0.8 shares. Newsy, 1.6. See, Kellogg's, 0.29. Had MasterCard at 0.04. And then let's see, on January 4th, I had a great dividend from Jeppy of $9.6. And Q Yield came huge with a $58.42 dividend. Whereas last month, it was only like $22. Merck with $7.87. And Pepsi showed back up with a $6.64 dividend. So guys, those are all my dividends. That's what's happened in the last week. Still waiting on this stock merger from FRT. If we go back to my portfolio, it's still showing up as nothing in my portfolio. But now, guys, let's go to my dividend tracker. So, guys, here's my dividend tracker. As you can see, I have the line graph right here at the top. But I think you guys might actually like this graph here at the bottom, the bar graph, because it's a little bit easier to read. But now let's go into what all these numbers are. So as you can see on the far left, it's the month and the year that I started. The blue line right here is how many dividends I earned in that month. This column C is the difference in dividends. So I started my portfolio on September 17th of 2019. I didn't earn my first dividend until November 2019. And so from October to November, that was a $5.78 increase. Now, if we go over to this green box right here, that is the sum total of the entire year that I earned dividends. So as you can see, it ended up as $25.02. And then this yellow box is that number, the total dividends divided by 12. And even though I didn't start earning dividends on the January 1st of 2019, I still did divided by 12. So let's actually go down here to December 20, or yeah, December 2020. And as you can see, for the sum total of all of 2020, I made $385.55 in dividends, and that ended up being $32.13 average every month. Now, if we continue down here, in 2021 was a great year. I made $1,421.38 in dividends for an average monthly dividend total of the year, $118.45. And now, before I get into the other data, first of all, let's go right here, January 2022. Look at all those dividends. Like, we're only on the 9th day of the year, and I'm almost less than $11 away from 100, all because of that huge Q yield dividend. So let's look at this right here, this 435 number. That is the last 3 months of the quarter. So in Q4, you have October, which is the first month in the quarter, November, the second month in the quarter, and December, the third month in the quarter. So I add those up, and then I divide it by 3 right here to get my average monthly dividends for the current quarter. And I think this is one of the most accurate ways to track what my actual monthly dividend income is. And as you can see, it's higher than the 118 for the year. So as you can see, I started off at $86.37 from the year, but I ended at 179.16. And then this number right here, the 11.38%. So I calculated that by taking the 145.08 and dividing it by $1,274.62. And that was my average monthly expenses, almost $1,300. I think in 2020, my average monthly expenses were 100 less at about 1170. And then that ends up being 11.38%. Guys, this is why I'm investing in dividend growth stocks like I am. Because as you can see, if I would have used my dividends to pay my bills, right at this moment, based on the last 3 months of the quarter or of the year, they could pay for 11.38% of my bills. And then this last piece of data right here is just showing my dividends from 2020, my total dividends from 2020 divided by my total dividends of 2021, or flip-flop. And as you can see, I earned 3.68, almost 3.69 times more dividends in 2021 than 2022. So my goal going into 2022 is to earn $2,000 in dividends. And as you guys can see, I already set it up right here for the sum total of 2022. I've already made $89.16, which is incredible. And if those were all the dividends I earned, I would be at $7.43 for the year. And you're probably wondering why I didn't fill out the rest of this. And that's just because it adds too much space to the bar graph and it pushes everything to the left. So as you can see right here, you can't see those numbers. It would just keep pushing it. So I'm waiting until I actually hit the next quarter to add the next month. But now I want to show you guys, because you're probably wondering how my dividend income has increased so much, especially right here. Let's actually go back to the bar graph. How I went from earning like 19, 20, 25, 16, 15, 26, 27, and then just jumping up, like how I went from the mid 20s to the teens to just 34, 41, 56, and I think I had 7 straight record-breaking months. So I'm going to explain that right now. So if we go to September of 2020, where I made $34.63, I actually wrote down my portfolio values 2 months prior. So I'm going to give you my portfolio value of July 2020 because it usually takes about 2 to 3 months before you start seeing the dividends roll in. So in July of 2020, my portfolio was valued at $8,700, and that led to me earning the 34.63 in September of 2020. Now, also to note, I didn't put a lot of money into my stock portfolio before September 2020. However, on October 19th of 2020, I put $4,600, $4,625, or how should I say, $4,625 on October 19th. And the reason I was able to put that much money in is because over the course of 2020, I was saving $10,000 for an emergency fund. And once I hit 10,000, I realized that that's probably too much money. And that I really, after doing the math, I really only needed about 5,400. So I took the 4,600 out and I just put it in my portfolio. And then I just started throwing a lot of money in my portfolio near the end of 2020 and throughout 2021. Actually, you'll see it right now. So you're probably wondering how I went from 34 all the way to $74 in December 2020. And in October of 2020, I had my portfolio was valued at 11,195, and that's what led to me earning the 74.12 in December 2020. And then if we go up to March 2021, where I was so close to hitting $100, so sad, I was so close. In January 1st of 2021, I had $22,000 in my portfolio, and that's what led to me almost breaking 100 a month. Then if we go to May 2021, where I broke 100 a month, my stock portfolio had a value of 25,471 in March of 2021, and that's what led to making me earn the $112.75. And it actually took me 619 days to earn my first $100 a month in dividends. And that's from starting at September 17th of 2019 to May 28th of 2020. So actually, for some reason on May, my end of the month monthly stocks paid me on the 28th instead of the 30th or the 31st, which was nice. And now my highest paying month in December 2021, how I earned the 179. So if we go back to October 2021, my portfolio value was $37,837. And that's what led to me earning 179 and 16 cents. Now, going forward into the future, will I in March of 2022, will I beat 179? I'm not sure, and mostly because I sold the bonds I had, and the bonds that I had, like BNDX. If you remember that stock from my last video, you can actually go there. BNDX paid me a lot of money. Yeah, $7.26 plus an extra 3 plus an extra 2, and they only do that payment on December, but like I said, I sold that stock. I had Devo, I sold that as well. So will I beat that record in March of 22? I'm not sure. Now, the second month of the quarter, February, I think I can beat the 115. Now, when we look at April 2022, will I beat whatever number I get in March? Not at all, because Q yield had such a huge dividend. I imagine they're going to drop down to normal levels going into the future. So, guys, that's my dividend tracker. As you guys can see, I do this all manually. Uh, I think it's a good way to keep track of what's going on in my portfolio so that if I do need to make any changes, I can. And guys, so that's the video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week where I'm going to show you guys how to build one of these dividend trackers so you can do it at home and not spend money on some of the other ones that people have. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.